everybody, this is Christal Jordan, and this is another Cover Conversations right here on Rolling Out. Now, today we're talking to someone that we met on The Real Housewives of Atlanta as a husband, but Todd Tucker has come so much further than just being Kandi's +1 on the show. We're actually here celebrating his new movie, The Past, which is airing on Peacock, and there's so much more to this entrepreneur than the eye can see. Stay tuned for a riveting cover conversation with Todd Tucker. Hello and welcome. This is your girl Christal Jordan with Rolling Out, and this is another cover conversation. Now, our cover conversation talent today has not done an interview with us, and so I'm so excited to have him here for his first cover conversation. Welcome, Todd Tucker.
Thank you.
Thank you for having Rolling Out here at your studio.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you. We appreciate your hospitality. All right.
All right.
Well, first of all, besides us being here and being excited to be here, we got to say huge congratulations. Your movie just premiered this Sunday, and you got social media on lock right now. You're trending right now.
I know. I didn't expect that.
Really?
I was looking for it was cool.
Yeah.
Because you can handle that. The pressure ain't as bad. Because everybody's like, where's part 2? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where part 2 is at.
I'm about to go do that. Start on that right now.
I ain't think that far, but it's been overwhelming. It's really dope. Everybody really kind of supported it and showing some love, and I appreciate it.
No, you did a great job, and you got a great cast. Let's talk now. We got to talk about the cast because that's you hit the
cast,
kismet with the situation kind of seeming to be a little bit reality, a little bit movie. Mm-hmm. You have Drew Sidora. You have, of course, your wife. Right?
Kandi Burrus.
You have Kandi Burrus. You have Sean Baker. You have Rob
Erica
Riley.
Peoples, Blue.
Yes, Blue Kimball.
Yeah.
Just a great cast, and it felt like you were really watching Friends.
And I'm gonna be honest, they're all friends.
Okay.
Blue and the whole crew. I've worked with them in the past on another project that I had, and it's kind of my main thing with doing the film stuff was more so for me to learn. Mm-hmm. And for me also to help out my peoples. Yeah. I don't know if you know, Shamia was one of the strippers.
Yeah, this is like a family reunion there.
The waitress, bottle girl was Tay, which is my wife's makeup artist. Mm-hmm. The guy
Marietta was
one of the lawyers. The young man who served Drew with her papers, he works at my restaurant.
Oh, wow.
He's one of the bus boys, and he told me he wanted to act, and I was like, I'm going to give you a shot. You know what I mean?
That's got to feel good.
That's what I want. I really wanted just to kind of, the guy that edited the movie is my buddy from the Bronx. Nice. So it's really just about bringing some like-minded people, friends, and just having fun and creating.
Yeah. Well, you definitely did that, and like I said, that's one part of it, is getting a cast that has good chemistry. Mm-hmm. But then you have a topic that is basically a trending topic on social media all the time. Yeah. All the time. I don't know if you guys planned this or not, but Marietta actually did a conversation about when she and her ex would have a past, or a situation similar to that, and it's going viral. So the conversation is very, on trend. So talk about how you guys came up with this idea to have a movie around relationships and what boundaries should be, in a relationship for each couple.
The crazy thing I Googled the past in not Googled, but I did a search in my email to find out when I put the idea down.
Okay.
It was 5 years ago in July.
Oh, wow.
But the thing I wanted something that was a trendy water cooler topic. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when you watch it, you're buying into the topic. Mm-hmm. But the movie's about something else. It
is.
So that was my thing, something that people would want to talk about, but then have that twist to where it's about something else. Yeah. So that's
the twist came in. I did not expect the twist.
Yeah.
And usually you can kind of see where something's going. I did not expect that to happen. Mm-hmm. But you're right. It is definitely a water cooler conversations. Relationships are something that we know people always want to talk about. People are always trying to figure out. Yeah. So what do you think are some of the lessons that you all hope to get across in the film? Because you have different couples dealing with different issues in their relationship, specifically two, the main couple and then, a friend. Actually, I think it's two friends are just kind of figuring out what their relationships are and, where their boundaries, maybe the boundaries have been a little bit too lax. Maybe others want to relax a little bit. What did you guys want to get across with these relationships in the film?
Well, I want people just to kind of be open with each other or try to be open. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of times anything outside of what's a norm is taboo.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need something a little outside of the norm to keep things spicy. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of opening people up to conversation. I can do a pass, but that doesn't mean it's not something cool for somebody else.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I think the thing is just opening up the dialogue to say, hey, well, what would you like to try?
Right.
I would like this. Because a lot of times people are walking around holding it. You with your lady, you be like, I sure would like to invite this chick over here into the room with us. And you would never say it because you don't know how she's going to take it or vice versa.
Yeah.
But I think it's just, as we take this journey and as we grow as adults, it's like we shouldn't be able to talk about anything for the most part, right?
Especially if we're married.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, now I have to ask you this because we know that social media is one thing, but the fact that this kind of aligns with Drew Sidora's real life story, was that a coincidence or was that the mastermind of Todd Tucker?
I'm going to tell you, they said it was a scheme that Todd came with or something, but like I said, I Googled, I can show you a screenshot of it where July 12th, 2018 was when I wrote the concept.
Now there's another movie that has a term, a hall pass.
Hall pass.
Right? So did you see that and think that was interesting and make it for us?
Nah, I just think it's always a topic like, yo, would you give your girl a pass? No, I couldn't do that. Guys can never generally deal with giving the female a pass.
Yeah.
But they would love the pass. So for me it was that, but I was like, but it needs a twist. And I think when you start looking at stuff, it's kind of like what triggers things.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you remember, when me and Kandi got together, there was a big thing about the prenup.
Yes,
so then I pulled the prenup into this situation. I was like, what's the prenup?
Whoa.
So I was kind of using, some of the stuff was stuff that kind of triggered from my personal, and then I just kept developing, and this is what it became.
And it came. Okay. So we're just going to assume that it just magically happened.
If I wrote her life 5 years ago,
no,
I bet not write nothing else.
But her to be in the film, what made you want Drew to be the main character?
The crazy thing is, I have another project. It's a series. It's called Social Lies, like to lie. And I wanted her for that.
Gotcha.
And she wasn't available.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to get her. And then when this developed, I was like, this is Drew. Like, Drew could kill this role.
Drew did kill the role.
I really felt that. Like, I saw her as it was developing. I was like, Drew would kill it. But then also, I'm on Housewives. And, I understand the vehicle.
Yeah.
If I put somebody that's on the show on it, it gets more,
Absolutely.
I'm from the world, so I know how to,
you know how to be a puppet master.
You know how to work the system a little bit. But she was dope.
She was really good.
Actress.
She was good.
Like,
I don't think people.
Her and my wife might not be getting along. I don't know what they doing on the show. They probably don't even like each other right now. Maybe, I don't know. But that had nothing to do. I don't deal with. I try to let them have their own thing. But she's a dope actress, and I knew she was going to deliver.
She did a great job.
Yeah.
Now, before we get off of this topic, I want to ask you this because I'm just asking you as a woman. Why do you think men really would love to get a pass, right? We talked a little bit before the interview. It's like, oh, I wouldn't. I mean, of course. Why do you think men could not handle giving a pass, but they assume that if their woman could, that,
You guys are stronger than us.
Okay.
Women, I'm you're
not even going to
There might be some guys out there that's not going to agree, but you guys are stronger than us.
Okay, and you all enjoy that. That works to your benefit.
No. I'm not going to say... No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying you guys are stronger than us. Like, you guys can handle far. We're more emotional.
That's true.
Like, guys try to be like they tough. I'm not even trying to front. I know I cannot handle it.
So
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not even.
That. Yes, men are more emotional. You guys just hide the emotion, or it comes out in anger, or acting like you don't care, but really you're bothered.
Yeah, we are all the time. But we cool about it. Right. But we mad. We big mad. Big mad.
Yeah, that's
big
what's
mad.
up. Yeah. That's what's up.
So, I don't know. I think the sex thing is so crazy because I talked to my wife and her friends about it, and I say a man can have a past, and I think women are on the same thing too. Because you ever heard guys be like, I can have sex with her, it's just like playing basketball, it's no big deal. I could just come home, I ain't even thinking about it no more.
He lying.
Not in all instances.
Okay.
You know, I don't think in all instances. I think it can be that way, but right now it seems like it's that way for women.
Well, that is true.
Hot girl summers and
It's
all
a
kind of
different-
stuff. And I'm
it's a
like, wait,
different
time
mindset.
out. Y'all acting like the dudes. Chill out.
We caught up with y'all.
Right, remember?
In fact, we may be a little bit ahead of y'all right
I'm trying
now.
to tell you. You hear some of these songs? I'm like, whoa.
We definitely, the younger generation has taken
Yeah, they
what they
don't-
saw us struggle with, and they are not,
They're not having
it.
it.
No.
At all.
No.
At all.
Yeah.
So, you know, I feel bad for the younger dudes because...
Good luck to them.
Good luck. Good luck.
All right, now I love this movie not only because you had a great cast and it's interesting, but I love the fact of a husband and wife team working together. You all have been a power couple and so many things. Like the definition to me of power couple is you're able to come together and do something that's productive, it's helping other people.
Yeah.
Now, this is on the production side because we're going to get into all the other things that you guys do together. How do you manage the roles and what you guys do when it comes to being creative? Because you were both in television, right? Yeah. And I love the fact that you guys have done plays together and now you're doing, films and probably television shows as well. So how do you kind of, manage the dynamic of the two of you working together so you don't step on each other's toes, but you're able to bring the best out of each other?
Yeah, it's something I've been telling people lately. Like, I don't know if people understand it, but everybody has a role to play. You know what I mean? And at times it's hard for people to play the role that they know is the best role for them. Yeah. But it's not really the role they want to play. Right. You know what I mean? So with my wife, she's the brand. You know what I mean? And I understand that. Yeah. And at times my ego might kick in a little bit. Like, I did that. But it shouldn't be about that. Yeah. If we're together, we know the people buy this brand. They like the Kandi brand. So if I can support that and help that grow, it don't have to be about me. I've just come to understand the bigger picture and understanding the brand and understanding my role and her role. And I think once you get that, then...
Yeah, then you can be successful.
You can. Yeah.
That's difficult for so many people to do. Not even just male and female. Sometimes it can be different for just partners.
Yeah, that's true because one feels like, I should be that.
Yeah, I'm not getting the shine or I'm not, my role is not seeming as important. How did you guys get there? Was that natural or did you have to work to get to that, to where the chemistry was that natural?
I think the biggest thing is that I never really cared about being in front, so that never mattered to me. So, when people like, oh, well, you did that, I'm like, well, what's the big deal that she's getting, but I ain't gonna say at times it didn't trigger where I'm like, and I'm like, just chill, you got to sometimes catch yourself, catch your ego, and just understand, like, playing this position and doing it this way is what's gonna make it successful. So
that's a very
don't
mature,
fight the success.
That's a very mature outlook.
Yeah, it's not easy all the time, but and I'm gonna be honest, it's not easy all the time, but I know that that's what's gonna continue to help us grow and make us successful.
Yeah, and behind closed doors, you guys are a team anyway.
Yeah.
So now, how do you handle when people? Because I think that I'm gonna say, I'm not asking you to say. We saw Keke Palmer and her boyfriend. It a whole thing, and it seemed like when you have one partner that is the brand and the face, and maybe the other is not as much, people outside influences can probably affect it and make it to where you may not even be thinking that way, but it could be the feedback from the public. How do you deal with the feedback, the noise that you hear from outside that may try to work to make you feel a certain kind of way?
Yeah, I don't deal with the public. I deal with my wife. And at the end of the day,
period.
I can make you feel secure or I can make you feel insecure really quick, right?
Right.
And as long as she's doing what makes me feel secure, I'm good.
So how can a wife do that, though? Because I think a lot of...
Make you feel secure?
How can a wife that may be, that career may be in a more exposed, arena, how can she make her husband feel secure so that he is able to have the attitude that you do?
It's the small things. Being available at the right times. The same thing you want from your man. Yeah. I call, you pick up. I call, you don't pick up. It's it's just a lot of small things that you can do to make someone feel like I'm good.
Like they're a priority.
Yeah, like I know she good. Go ahead and do your thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit more because not only do you have the past out, We want to make sure that people go and check that out. But you guys also have thriving restaurants. We talked about few of you all's restaurants.
We're doing the Wiz on Broadway too.
Wiz on Broadway. So there's so much more to talk about. Stay tuned. We're coming right back with Todd Tucker right here in Cover Conversations on Rolling Out. All right, we are back and we're talking with Todd Tucker, who has a new movie that is out. We want you all to make sure that you check out The Pass, airing on Peacock right now. But beside The Pass, you and your wife have so much going on. Let's just run down the list. You said The Wiz on Broadway?
The Wiz on Broadway. Right now, we're about to tour it. I think we go out not this week, but the following week starts in Baltimore. It'll be in Atlanta. It's going to L.A., San Francisco, Cleveland, a few other locations, and then it's going to go into Broadway.
That is so dope.
Yeah.
That is so dope. Now, we know Kandi's been comfortable on Broadway.
Yeah, she was in Chicago. She played Mama Morton. We were nominated for a Tony Award for the piano lesson. We didn't win. That's all right.
That's all right. Still says nominated. Tony Award
nominated. Producers. It's been a good journey. You know what I mean? Like, it started off bumpy for us, you know. Got a lot going on, but right now we kind of on autopilot. Did
you say it started off bumpy, not a lot going on? Because you all have 4 restaurants.
Well, I'm just saying, coming into the relationship, but you know, we've accomplished a lot. We've accomplished a lot.
Yeah. Do you think that you all have like the secret sauce? We see so many couples that want to be a power couple. Like part of what they're attracted to in someone else is the fact that they want to be able to come together and amplify.
Yeah.
Do you think, because we know Kandi's been successful, but it seems like since the two of you got together, you're able to do it as a family. We see the beautiful, you have 2 beautiful kids, your daughters. We see the entire family, but we also see you all working together with the restaurants, with the plays. So do you think that you guys have found like that secret sauce that so many people are looking for?
Nah, I think we both know our roles.
Okay.
Sometimes we cross them and we bump heads, but you know, she's a Taurus, I'm a Leo, so we both have big
personalities,
big energy. You know, but I think we both understand and realize, you know, for what's best, we know when to kind of, you know what, you got that, or you go ahead and run that one.
Yeah.
I'm a play the background for you or whatever. So. So when you got that, it's good.
Yeah, no, I think that is a secret sauce. Yeah. I think that is really what marriage is about. Even if you're not on a huge stage, it really is like that in everyday life.
Yeah.
I know she was a part of Thoughts of a Colored Band.
Yep.
On Broadway.
On Broadway, that was dope. Like that was so COVID ended up shutting it down because I think a cast member caught COVID, and with the plays you got to continue to pay everybody at that time, whatever. So they weren't able to continue to go, but that was definitely one I thought every young man needed to see. Like it was
powerful. I had a chance to see that. And a friend of mine was in the cast, DeLon Burnside.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, because I think that we are at a point where we're really having a conversation about men and wanting to know how they feel about certain things. Yeah. And I know, watching you and Kandi get together on the show, we saw your relationship from point A to where you guys are now. What can you say like about how I feel like you shouldered so many things that so many other men would have really had an issue with, you know, from a mother-in-law that was very vocal, very publicly vocal. Right. I'm sure public that at first was not really sure about you because, you know, people look, especially in Atlanta, people, you know, Kandi belongs to Atlanta, right?
Right.
So how were you able to really like steady yourself to where it didn't bother you? Because we know sometimes words can affect us even when we don't want to admit they do.
Right. No, I think my mom raised me properly. You know what I mean? She raised me, you know, you respect older people, you know, whatever. So like her mom, that thing wasn't, like I kind of understood. So what I did was, I know people probably like, you crazy. I put myself in her mom's position. Like, this is my daughter. She's this. Who is he? Where did he come from?
Right. What does he want?
Yeah, what does he want? And now she's just falling head over heels over this guy. So I looked at it that way. But for me, it was a little disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But once again, the way I was raised, my mom, she was dope. But my mom used to curse me out. So I was used to, you little mother. You ain't take the, you know what I mean? So that, so
thick
words,
skin, yeah.
Words never really,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because my mom, she taught me how to
handle it.
The words is nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was prepared for anything that was coming. But overall, the bigger picture again wasn't about her mom.
Yeah.
It was about me and Kandi.
Right.
So I was focused on us, not really outside stuff. So
yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
That takes a strong person because not even just, I don't think it's necessarily a male female thing. I think, and it's not even have to be about relationships. So many relationships, friendships, partnerships, business, friendships dissolve because of when public gets involved. There's this whole reality TV curse.
It was a lot. I'm gonna say this though, when after we got married, I had a project in LA. And when I got away from Atlanta, it was like I was in a different world because I didn't hear about it. It wasn't hitting me all the time.
Yeah.
So I had escaped it for a while. I was like, "You all right, brother?" He's like, "You don't want to go back there?" But no, everything worked out, and it was what was meant to be.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's talk about the business aspect. What are some things that you guys? Because you started with Old Lady Gang, and you guys have continued another Old Lady Gang, Blaze, and then a television show around Old Lady Gang. What are some of the lessons that you can share when it comes to business? Because we know that you all are venturing into businesses that are definitely outside of entertainment, and then you're doing things in entertainment. What are some things that you can share that kind of cross-pollinate, I guess, between those different genres but are important and you've learned along the way?
We're crazy. We like to jump out the window, man. Like, with the restaurant thing, people, you can't open a restaurant. Restaurant is one of the hardest businesses. And it is. Okay. It is. I'm not going to say it's easy, but my background is TV production. So budgets, logistics, numbers, that's what I'm used to. So I look at a restaurant as a production. The budget is ketchup, mustard, chicken. You know what I'm saying? So it's not too far off for me. You know what I mean? Like, when I
that's
do
neat how you
when I do a show, pre-production, you prep the show. The restaurant, you prep the food. We open at this time. The show goes live at this time. That's when we open the door. It's
logistics
a show. Yeah. So I look at everything like that. It's the same thing when you go on a trip, right? You figure out where you want to go.
Itineraries,
you figure out
logistics, Yeah, and
then once you get on that plane, the show is live. So that's how I've been able to do everything because my mind thinks production-wise. Everything's a show, pre-production, map it out, schedule. And it happens.
It does.
The thing is, and this is just real to everybody, if you want to do something, and you say it's going to be done by October 31st, but on this date, you do this on this date, you do this on this date. When you get to that date, it's going to be done. It happens. Like the movie. I did the movie in 10 days.
Oh, wow.
My wife was like, "You going to be able to do it in time?" I was like, "Watch, I'm going to do it."
Wow.
So really, if you just stick to the
plan,
that's it.
Yeah.
That's with anything. If you stick with the plan at the end, it happens.
I would assume that that's really important, specifically because you guys are not just juggling work, but you also are parents of little ones, right? So how does that fit into this? How do you guys manage that so that your children still get that?
It's very hard. I'm right here right now, and I need to go home to my kids. But no, it's not easy. It's not easy. We have a lot of great support, and the support that we have, our kids love. And that's key, finding someone who loves your kids and you love them, and vice versa. And the thing we've started doing is like, okay, if Kandi has to do a show, say it's New York or wherever, we make that a mini trip. Take the kids with us.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So we all go support her. And that helps the kids too to see, this is what you're doing when you're gone. You know what I'm saying? So we try to make them mini trips and, just kind of involve them and let them know as much as they can.
Yeah.
That's what they need. They just need to know what's going on.
Right. Now we see that Ace is kind of in the bitch, playing around and getting in the business himself.
He did a little KFC commercial. He's on like a show. Ace got more money than I had probably damn near to my 30s in his account that he made himself.
That's dope.
So, just trying to teach him early that, you can do whatever you want to do. Yeah.
That's really dope. So what do you guys, like restaurants, Broadway, television, movies, what do you guys want to do next? Like what's the next?
I want to focus on the movie stuff. I want to really just have fun with it. I want to help people. I want to help other actors that want to do it, up and coming directors, and I want to have fun.
Yeah.
I want to have fun. When it becomes a job, I don't want to do it.
I feel like that's Todd's key to life is to make sure that he's having fun.
Yeah, like let's do some shit that's gonna be fun, right?
Yeah,
like,
relationship, work.
Have fun.
Yeah.
If we have fun doing it, we're gonna want to keep doing it. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this, because we're in the middle of a strike because so many actors, writers, directors are not getting the money that they should be getting. And I love the fact that we started this conversation with you talking about how it meant so much to you to be able to employ people that you knew, people that work for you. That's really dope. Let's talk about that perspective of it, because right now we're at a point where that's not happening in some arenas. What changes do you think need to happen?
I think, like anybody else, you need to be paid your wage.
Right.
And if it's reoccurring fees for your work and that's what makes sense, that's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
Like, we all need to eat. We need to be able to pay our bills, and we need to have fun.
Right.
I'm just saying for real. Like, it's real. Like, these big corporations, they make millions and millions of dollars. And think about our wedding special. How many times has that aired since we've been
and it's
married?
still on to be streamed?
We don't get anything.
Oh wow.
We don't get anything. We might have got a fat check then.
Initially, yeah.
Yeah, but over time, after a while, it's like, it would be cool if they gave it to us after 10 years and say, hey, you know what? We made enough. You can go license that wherever you want.
It's just good for you to be, right.
Yeah.
It is you.
Yeah.
I mean, after all, it is your likeness.
Right, yeah. So that would be nice, but I think people do need to definitely be paid properly.
Yeah. Do you think that with so many opportunities like the one that you just finished working on and are working on more, do you think that with more of us specifically in our community doing things and creating opportunities, that pretty soon we'll be able to say we don't have to go anyplace else, we can do it ourselves?
Well, that's what we need to start saying. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, the past, I own it.
Yeah.
I license it to Peacock, and after their time is up, I'm going to license it to everybody else, and it'll be on every platform, and it'll still be mine.
And you'll still make that. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the goal. I think
that was the same thing when we did A Mother's Love. That was our first play, and I filmed it. I sold all these DVDs. We was in here packing them and shipping them. Like, that was so great. But I even licensed that to BET Plus.
Oh wow.
After I had made all the money off the DVDs.
Yeah.
But we own it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think ownership is what's key.
What do you say to people? I think initially, because we didn't get those opportunities. This is still fairly new that there's so many different things for us to do. And some people need that big check can change their life. So how do you give advice to someone that the long version, this will be good, but they may need to, or at least they may think they need that big check initially. So
yeah, I think the money's gonna come as long as you stick to it. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. You want the money. You want to be able to get all of the lavish items, but it's gonna come.
Yeah.
Just stay the course. Stay the process. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it'll come.
It'll come.
It'll come.
I love it. Ownership is key.
So I'm trying to tell you.
Ownership and having fun.
Having fun. We only live this one time.
Absolutely.
Unless you can prove to me I'm gonna come back, then I might slow down on the fun. But right now I want to have fun. I want to live this. I want to enjoy my family and my kids. And show them as much as I can and turn up.
Turn up.
That's
Last question, Todd Tucker. Housewives going through a lot. Do you see you and Kandi returning and being a part of the Real Housewives?
If they have us back, why not?
Absolutely.
Why not?
It's fun.
I don't know if it's fun. I don't know if it's totally fun, but you know what? I starting out, I didn't want to do it, but I enjoy doing it now. Like, the guys that are on there are cool right now. I don't know what the changes may be, if there are going to be any changes, but if my wife is going to do it and she wants me to be there, I'm going to be there.
I love that.
Yeah. Hey, this is Todd Tucker. Make sure you check out The Pass on Peacock. And follow me on IG. I'm Todd167.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. I enjoyed this interview.
Yeah,
Great.
this was good.
Great feedback. Have fun.
Have fun.
And own your ish.
Own it.
Do that and everything should be good. Great lessons today for all of our Rolling Out listeners. ownership is key, specifically for our community, that can change things so much for us. And make sure that you're doing what you love to do, because if you love to do it, it doesn't feel like work. Thank you again, Todd Tucker, for hanging out with us.
Appreciate
we look forward to celebrating you with more Rolling Out. You guys can check out this cover and so much more on RollingOut.com.